Hello everyone, we are from Group 3. I am Tong Yushan with metric ID SP22106. Today, me and my teammates going to present about capitalization. Capitalization refers to the use of capital letters in writing. It's a set of rules and conventions that dictate when and where capital letters should be used in text. Capitalization is important for clarity, readability, and adhering to grammatical standards. Correct capitalization helps convey meaning and professionalism in writing, while incorrect capitalization can lead to confusion or make text appear sloppy. Different type guides may have specific rules for capitalization, so it's essential to consult the appropriate guide for the context in which you are writing. Now, I would like to talk about 6.13 words beginning a sentence by comparing APA Publication Manual 7th edition with the 2000 edition of the IEEE Editorial Style Manual. According to APA Publication Manual 7th edition, we should capitalize the first letter of a first word in a sentence. Look at the example below, the sentence incorrect, as the letter T should be written in capital letter as it is the first letter of the first word of this sentence. The correct sentence is this sentence is capitalized correctly, where the T is capitalized. Next, the first letter of the first word after a colon, if what follows the colon is a complete sentence, should also be capitalized. For your information, colon is a punctuation mark that is primarily used to introduce or emphasize information in a sentence. Colon serves to signal that something of importance is about to follow, whether it's a list, an example, an explanation, a quotation, or a subtitle. It's a versatile punctuation mark that helps to structure and clarify writing. In this example, to win the championship is a complete sentence following the colon. Therefore, according to the rule, the first word after the colon to should be capitalized. Moving on, I will demonstrate when we should not capitalize the first word beginning a sentence. First, do not capitalize a personal name that begins with a lowercase letter when the name begins. This guideline often applies to names that are stylized with a lowercase initial letter, which can be a deliberate stylistic choice by the individual or entity. An example, Jan Smith was the keynote speaker at the conference. J in James remains lowercase because it's following the stylistic choice of stylizing the name with a lowercase initial letter. This ensures consistency and respects the individual's or entity's chosen style. Alternatively, reverting a sentence is crucial to avoid the issue of starting a sentence with a lowercase name. In this revision, the keynote speaker at the conference was James Smith. James Smith is still the focus of the sentence, but it's not the first word. This could maintain clarity and readability of reader. Secondly, we should not capitalize a proper noun that begins with a lowercase letter, for example, iPhone, eBay, or a lowercase statistical term, for example, t-test or p-value, when it begins a sentence. For instance, eBay is an online marketplace where users can buy and sell goods. In this case, eBay is a proper noun that starts with a lowercase letter according to the company's branding style. However, when it begins a sentence, it should be capitalized to maintain standard English capitalization rules. So to avoid this kind of situation, the sentence revert into an online marketplace where users can buy and sell goods is eBay. eBay is still the main focus of the sentence in order to maintain consistency and readability in writing, aligning with conventional grammatical standards. Next, according to the IEEE manual, the first letter or the first word of the index term list should be capitalized. Lowercase the rest unless capitalized in text. The example, index term extraction, computer-aided system engineering, case conceptual schema, data model entity type hierarchy, ISO, reference model, layered architecture, meta model reverse engineering. The letter A of extraction is capitalized as capitalization. The first word maintains a consistent and professional appearance throughout the document. It aligns with the broader conventions of technical and academic writing, where section titles and headings are usually capitalized to stand out and be easily identified. Proper names attached to the names of law, principle, theorem, etc., Moore's law, Planck constant, etc. should also be capitalized. Newton's first law states that an object in motion will remain in motion unless acted upon by an external force. In this sentence, Newton's is a proper name and is therefore n is capitalized. First law is a common noun phrase describing the type of principle being referred to, and it's not capitalized. The entire phrase Newton's first law refers to a specific scientific principle attributed by the Isaac Newton. Thus, the proper name Newton is capitalized while the rest remain in lowercase. Furthermore, computer commands are in computer text and remain small caps. Most computer languages, Java, Perl, etc., are upper and lowercase. When mentioning computer commands in text, they are often formatted in a specific style known as small caps. Some examples are shown here, in which LS refers to list, GREP stands for global regular expression print, and MKDIR means make directory. Small caps are uppercase letters that are same height as lowercase letters. This helps distinguish the commands from regular text and highlights them as specific technical terms. For example, ls lists all files and directories in the current directory when executed. This sentence can be reworded by not using ls as the first word. When referring to computer programming languages, the names of these languages are written using standard capitalization rules. This means using a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters as appropriate for the specific language. For instance, LISP is known for its strong support for symbolic computation. The LISP is often written in all uppercase. Last but not least, we should capitalize the first letter of the first word of a caption, regardless of any style that may be chosen to list caption parts A, B, etc. Look at the example. The letter hash of high and letter E or exceptional should be capitalized as it located at the first place of the sentence. Thus, the rule applies only to the first word of the entire caption. More common mistakes are shown here, like he promised this. The project will be completed on time. The letter T of the is capitalized as the project will be completed on time is a complete sentence. This is to emphasize the importance of the statement, indicating that what comes after the colon is significant and worthy of attention. Another mistake is when lowercasing abbreviations at the beginning of a sentence. Capitalizing abbreviations like IEEE at the beginning of a sentence or when used in their full recognized form is essential for maintaining the document's professionalism and meeting the required standards for publication and presentation. That's all from me. Next, my friend Wei Ho will continue with 6.14 proper nouns and trade names. Thank you.
Hello, good day everyone. My name is Ganwei Ho. ID metric is MA22073. Now I'm going to share about the proper nouns and trade names in capitalization. For proper nouns in APA edition, the names of specific people, places, and things should always be capitalized. For example, the people like Albert Einstein, place, New York City, organizations, American Psychological Associations, titles of books, articles, and songs such as A Brief History of Time and events and period such as the World War II. These are the words should be capitalized. Let's look at the examples. Stephen Hawking wrote A Brief History of Time, which became a bestseller. The first sentence is incorrect because the Stephen Hawking is a specific person and A Brief History of Time is the title of a book. Therefore, the first letter in these two words should be capitalized. For the trade names in APA edition, the trade names are also known as the brand names and it should be capitalized. For instance, the brands and products such as the Apple, Nike, iPhone, and Air Jordan are capitalized. Maybe some of you will be curious about why the I letter in iPhone is a small letter and P is capitalized. This is because it is a stylistic choice made by Apple for branding purposes. This naming convention is a part of Apple's strategy to create a distinctive and recognizable brand identity. There are some other examples like eBay, iPad, and LinkedIn are presented in the same way for their branding. Let's look at the incorrect sentence. I recently bought a new laptop from Apple and a pair of shoes from Nike. This is incorrect because remember, Apple and Nike are trade names and they must be capitalized. Right now, let's look at the proper nouns in IEEE edition. Proper nouns, including names of people, places, organizations, and specific events, are capitalized. For people such as Marie Curie, Silicon Valley, which is a place, organizations, Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, which stand for IEEE, title of the book, Advance in Neural Information Processing Systems, and Events and Periods, which is the Renaissance, all are capitalized. Let's look at the sentence. I'm currently reading digital signal processing principles, algorithms, and applications for my course. Why this sentence is wrong? Because the digital signal processing principles, algorithms, and applications is a title of a book and it must be capitalized just like presented in the second sentence. The trade names in IEEE edition, such as brand names and specific product names, are capitalized. For example, the brands like Samsung, Intel, and products like Galaxy S21 and Core i7 are always capitalized. Same goes with the APA edition. Let's look at the wrong sentence. The software was developed by Microsoft and tested on Tesla's new vehicle. I know most of you already know what is wrong in this sentence. Yes, Microsoft and Tesla are brand names and should be capitalized. Finally, let's talk about the similarities and differences in APA and IEEE edition. In similarities, both APA and IEEE guidelines stipulate that the proper nouns including names of people, places, organizations, and historical events should always be capitalized. Example, Albert Einstein in APA and Marie Curie in IEEE. The second one, capitalizations of trade names, Both styles require capitalization of trade names. Example, Apple in APA and Samsung in IEEE. For the titles, both APA and IEEE capitalize the first word and all major words in the titles of works. Example, A Brief History of Time in APA and Advanced in Neural Information Processing Systems in IEEE. For the references part, their differences are in specific instructions, contextual usage, and examples provided. APA is often used in the social science, psychology, education, and related fields. The guidelines emphasize clarity and consistency with detailed instructions for various types of proper nouns and exceptions. While on the other hand, IEEE is primarily used in technical fields, including engineering, computer science, and electronics. The guidelines focus on technical documentations and standardizations, ensuring the precision and clarity in technical writing. And that's all from me. Thank you for your attention.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Siti Nurhana binti Bahari with ID number SA22078. I'm the last presenter of my group. My part is to present the capitalization for job titles or position. First of all, what is capitalization according to APA 7th edition? In APA 7th edition, the job titles or positions need to be capitalized when the titles precede a name, which means that the title or job titles or position should be capitalized only when it used before or in front of a person's name. Now, I'm going to give you some examples. As you can see, there are two pairs of incorrect and correct sentences. The first one, please tell Dr. Lee I'm here for my appointment. This sentence is incorrect because the doctor is job titles for Mr. Lee and it's in lowercase and not capitalized. So the correct sentence is the doctor should be capitalized. The second one, the research was conducted by Professor Ahmad. Same case as the first example, the job titles for Mr. Ahmad, which is the professor, is not capitalized even though the job titles in front of Mr. Ahmad's name. The correct sentence, the professor should be capitalized because the title precedes a name. However, do not capitalize a job titles or position when the title follows the name or refers to a position in general. I'll give you an example. Abraham Lincoln was President of the United States. This is incorrect sentence because the president in the sentence is capitalized. Instead, it should be Abraham Lincoln was President of the United States with president not capitalized because the titles follow the name. I'll give you another example. Carolina Espinoza, Executive Director of Marketing, led the meeting. This is incorrect sentence. The correct sentence is the Executive Director of Marketing should not be capitalized. Now, let's move to the capitalization job titles or position in IEEE. In IEEE, capitalized job titles or position only occur in biography section in second paragraph. Job titles or position should be capitalized, especially when accompanied by location information. For example, in my slide, Dr. Jane Smith is a senior research scientist at ABC Labs is the correct sentence with job titles capitalized. The job titles for the sentence is the senior research scientist, not the doctor. Compared to APA 7 edition, the job titles that follows a name is incorrect, but not in IEEE. In IEEE, you need to capitalize the job titles after the person's name. That's all the explanation of capitalization in APA 7 edition and IEEE. Now, the common mistakes that people or students always do. First, in APA, we need more qualified engineers on the team. Why the sentence with position capitalized is incorrect? Because it refers to a general position, not a specific person. Next, the common mistake, the incorrect sentence capitalized the position. It's incorrect because it's capitalizing overly specific titles. APA focuses on clarity and readability. Hence, avoid capitalizing overly specific titles that function more like descriptive phrases, just like the example I show in my slide. Also, the common mistake in IEEE is overcapitalization. The example on this slide, Dr. Head Researcher Jones, is the incorrect sentence because the head researcher here is a descriptive term, not an official title. Instead, in the correct sentence, Dr. Jones, the head of research is a specific position. Last but not least, the exception. There are exceptions in APA 7 edition for capitalization, which is the titles with hyphens. If a job title has a hyphen, both parts are typically capitalized. For example, editor-in-chief. Finally, let's conclude our presentation about capitalization. We hope you enjoy and understand our video presentation, also become help for you in the future. Thank you. That's all from Group 3.